guys? I'm back. All right, it's good to be back. My second video since I've been back off vacation, and it took me about 2 weeks to make this one because I'm lazy and I got a lot of shit to do. So anyway, in those 2 weeks, a lot of shit happened. The last few weeks of October have been jam-packed with a bunch of different kind of fucking drama. All right, some really sad shit, some really petty shit. So let's just go ahead and get into it. All right, so if you didn't hear today or yesterday, well, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning now. So 2 days ago, whatever, President Trump said he wants to get rid of the rule where you can be born into citizenship. So pretty much a birthright citizen or an anchor baby, whatever you want to call it, either one of those terms. Pretty much an anchor baby is your parents come here illegally, not legally. Let's stress that, illegally, and then they have you. So they can be 9 months pregnant, come on the side of the border, pop you out. You're a citizen now. They're not. They get sent back. That was their whole goal. Get you a better life. And boom, they cheated the system. You didn't have to wait. Whereas other people who do it properly wait years to come here and spend tons of money to come here. I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't think that's fair. We're also going to talk about this caravan of immigrants that's coming here, and assuming they're going to come here illegally because they're not about to fill out the paperwork and wait on the waiting list at the border. So we're assuming they're coming here to break the law and come in illegally. So let's talk about both of those things first. All right. So I'm just going to be frank with you. I'm against people coming here illegally. So the whole caravan that's coming here should turn around and needs to be stopped. All right. At all costs. That's not cool. Now, as far as anchor babies go, I feel that if you are an anchor baby and you were born here already, it should be the grandfather clause. No one should be able to touch you. But in the future, I have no problem with Donald Trump changing it. They say he can't, but we'll see. And even if he does, I don't think he's going to get reelected. So somebody will probably just come in and change it, but that's beyond the point. Anyway, if he does decide to change it, I would support that rule. It's a serious loophole. Anyone can come here, like I said, in the 9th month of their pregnancy and have their child and get caught living here illegally and just go home and wait for their child to send for them when they get older. I mean, it's a huge loophole. That's not the way it's supposed to be done. And it's not wrong to tell someone you cannot cheat the system. That's not wrong. Okay, and as far as the caravan full of people coming here, I'm just going to do a little demonstration of numbers and combine the two instances. So let's say you don't have a problem with a caravan full of people just come in because you say, let's take in their poor and their humble mass, whatever, all that bullshit. So you just want to let them all land illegally. All right, so let's say we do that, and let's say we keep the anchor baby law, okay? And let's say that all these people who come in have 2 kids. All right, so we're going to look at some stats. In 2017, over 200,000 illegal immigrants potential illegal immigrants were stopped at the border, the southwest border. Okay, so those are 200,000, over 200,000 that we caught, all right? In the same year, 2017, because we don't have stats for 2018 yet, apparently, 303,916 people were estimated to be living here illegally. So 300,000 basically. 304,000 basically got here, got past the border, and were living here in 2017. So that's 303,000 plus the over 200,000. We're just going to say 200,000 that got caught. So let's say the 200,000 was the caravan, right? And the other 300,000, they're just already here, right? Okay, so let's combine that number. All right, so now we've got, I think I wrote it down, 503,916 total, okay? So we let them all come in, right? All right, and then let's say, like I said, all those people have just 2 children. They're all illegal, but they have 2 children, all right? Not 5, not 6. This is not an outlandish number. Just 2 kids, a boy and a girl. So if all of those people, 503,916, have 2 children, we'll end up with 1,007,832 permanent citizens. All right, and just in case you don't think that's a fucking big number, we're going to go back to the 503,000. All right, the 503,000 is almost as big as the state of Wyoming. In 2017, the population in Wyoming was 579,315, if I can actually say the number fucking right. Yes, so 579,315 people in Wyoming in 2017. So that's like about 76,000 short of a fucking state of people just without the kids, okay? So that's an entire state, and people say this won't change our economy or anything or our voting. Yeah, fucking bullshit. All right, so then we'll go to the 1 million number, all right? So remember, it was if they all have 2 kids out of that 500, 3,000, whatever bullshit, if they all have 2 kids, it's going to come out to 1,007,832 permanent citizens. The other 500,000, they'll leave, but this is permanent, all right? If all those people have 2 kids, all right? So let's look at this. Rhode Island in 2017, their population was 1,059,639. That's a comparison. So they would be about 50,000 away from being the side of Rhode Island, the anchor baby population. So if you're thinking that we can just let people in and it won't affect our economy and it won't affect our politics, I mean, you're either stupid, not by choice, or you're being willfully ignorant. I mean, because that's an entire state. If you take away the adults and just leave the 2 kids per person, that's an entire state. That's Rhode Island. And if you don't add the kids and you just take the adults, that's Wyoming. However you say it. That's a lot of fucking people. And the 1 million number, they all get to vote. That's 1 million votes. 1,007,832 votes. And they all get jobs because they tell us that they're coming here to work. They tell us they're not coming here to bum and use our welfare system. They tell us they're coming here to work. So that's 1,007,832 fucking jobs gone for people who either immigrated here properly or people who are original Americans. All right, so that's my little tidbit on that. We're gonna move on. The next thing I want to talk about is gonna be fairly quick. This is one of the petty / very unfortunate things that happened. The bomb scare and the Pennsylvania shooting in Pittsburgh. It's ridiculous. So the guy who was sending out pipe bombs to Democrats and people who supported the left, he's an asshole. His name's Caesar Sayoc or whatever. He sent bombs to Obama, Hillary, and some lady named Debbie Wasserman Schultz. I don't know who she is. They had to put her job at the end of her name because nobody fucking knows who she is. But yeah, they sent he sent bombs to those 3 people and more. I was listening to the radio on the way home from work, and I think they said the total is up to 15 pipe bombs that have been found in the mail. So not only is this guy a fucking asshole, he's an idiot because he sent at least 15 pipe bombs and none of them went off. I mean, thank God they didn't, but this guy's fucking incompetent. And also he sent one to Robert De Niro. I guess he's really strong liberal. And the only thing I'm going to say about this, I mean, the asshole got caught. That's good. And nobody died. So that's great. It's wonderful. I'm glad he's in jail and he's not ever going to get out. I mean, that's a lot of life sentences for attempted murder, especially on public officials. This motherfucker's never getting out of prison. But the only thing I'm going to say about this is people in the left and the liberal media are trying to say that this is Donald Trump's fault. All right, because I forgot to say, this guy is definitely a Donald Trump supporter. He is a super fan of Donald Trump. And you know me, I'm not the biggest Donald Trump fan. Like, he says a lot of dumb shit. I just support him because he's the president. It's pretty much what I do. And the media is saying pretty much because this guy was a Trump diehard that the only reason why he tried to kill these people was because Donald Trump is our president, which is fucking stupid. But we're going to get to that again in my next topic. Now, the Pennsylvania shooting. All right, this guy named Robert Bowers, he's an even bigger piece of shit, went and killed 11 people at a synagogue who were attending religious services. I mean, these people are minding their business and trying to better their lives and the world, I assume. And this guy walks in there and shoots them just because of their religion. And one of the things that's ironic about this is because I feel a whole certain way about guns that are legal and guns that shouldn't be legal in this country. But I haven't talked about that yet because that's going to take a shit ton of research before I talk about that. But all the guns that this guy used in this shooting were legal. Like, he bought them legally. So, I mean, the whole argument that guns don't kill people, criminals with guns kill people, or we should just keep guns on the hands of criminals. I mean, that doesn't, I mean, it really falls flat on its face when a guy kills 11 people and wounds 6 more or 7 more with all legally bought weapons. And there's no record of him being mentally ill. I mean, clearly he is, but there was no record of it. So stronger mental health laws are not going to stop people from killing people. Stronger gun laws are. But like I said, that's another day. And so another point about this was they got his social media like they always do immediately after shit like this, and then shut it down. And he apparently it was reported. I'm saying it was reported because these facts I didn't actually go and check out, but it was reported that he had a lot of neo-Nazi sayings on his social media page, and pretty much fuck black people and fuck Jews. And the interesting thing is, he said that he hated Donald Trump. And he hated Donald Trump because Trump was, according to him, a globalist and not a nationalist. And he said this country is not being made great again. It will not be great again until all the Jews are out. And this is very important because, as with the last guy with the bombs, the media on the left is trying to convince us that Donald Trump is the reason why this man killed these Jews, when this man literally says, according to these reports, that he hates Donald Trump. He hates this MAGA slogan because it's not true to this guy, and Donald Trump is a globalist. But in spite of that evidence, the left is continuing to tell us that Donald Trump is the reason why this guy did these things, and this man was a Trump supporter, they say, when he clearly states that he's not. So this is just more division being spread by the media, and this is why Donald Trump says we have fake news. And this is why he still tweets, because he wants to put out his own news, because the media just twist things. And I mean, say things like, this guy says he fucking hates Trump, and you turn around and say that he's a supporter of Trump and this is why he killed people. I mean, that's going to make people furious, and it's going to make people vote a certain way, and they know it. And it's just bullshit, and it's dishonest. But anyway, that one was quick. I feel for all the people who lost their lives first, and I feel for their families second. And it's very unfortunate. I think a lot of times when things like this happen, people say they feel for people's families. And I mean, they forget about the people who actually died. But anyway, moving on. My last topic. It's kind of 2 topics, because when I was researching it, I found out some other crazy shit. Candace Owens, she's coming out with these hats. Are this hats and t-shirts called Blexit. It's like the Brexit thing with Britain and all that shit. And she's just put her own little twist on it. And she's making sure she tells everybody that she came up with it when it's just a blatant knockoff of something else. But she wants us to know she came up with this knockoff. But anyway, it's not so far off base with me anyway. It's about black people exiting the Democratic Party. So she's calling it Blexit. She's calling it Blexit, and pretty much, yeah, that's what it is. It's apparel to signify that you are no longer voting Democrat just because it's socially required of you or expected of you because you have dark skin, and nappy hair. And I agree with that. Yeah, I shouldn't have to vote a certain way because of my skin color, but a lot of people unfortunately do. And so when I was researching this, it's crazy because I saw her on the news earlier, and she was saying how Kanye West worked with her on this design. And when they asked if Kanye made the design, she was very clear to say no, he didn't make it for her. She made it herself. And she said Kanye introduced me to the designer of the fonts, and we came up together, me and the designer, with this font for this logo. And it's crazy, but she was still saying that Kanye was very proud of her, and that yeah, he approved. And then when I was researching this actually online, I found out that Kanye West actually tweeted that he had nothing to do with the Blexit apparel, and he is distancing himself from Candace Owens and all politics because he found out that he was being used, and he is woken up. Excuse me, man. He's choking on this bullshit, but he is woken up and he is no longer talking about politics, and he is gonna focus on being creative. This is crazy. I did not expect to see this shit because I've posted a lot praising Kanye for standing his ground in the face of bullies and racists in his own race, and stating how he feels and standing up for what he believes in. And I did not even know he said this until, I'm not on Twitter, and he said it on Twitter, until I was researching this Blexit thing, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, hey, what in the world just happened? And it's just sad, man. It's really sad. What happened to Kanye West the whole time he was going on Saturday Night Live and TMZ and saying, you cannot bully me. You cannot bully me. I'm going to wear my MAGA hat and all that shit. In the end, Kanye West got bullied into going back to the Democratic plantation. He says he's going to stay away from politics, but like they say, silence is like just another form of being complicit in something. So he's going to shut up about saying, wow, burped into the mic, but he's going to shut up about black people having the freedom to think for themselves and not just having to be Democrats because they were born dark. And he's not going to say anything. And he's going to allow the Democratic Party to continue to recruit blacks, and that to continue to be the place where blacks are expected to be. And it's just sad, man. In the end, he ended up getting bullied. And like I said, the main people being racist in this situation were black people. And they don't think they can be racist. They don't think we can be racist, but we can to all races, and especially right here. They were racist to him. I wasn't, so that's what I'm saying they. I didn't say he wasn't black because he wanted to support Trump. I didn't say he was a coon or a jigaboo or a Sambo or any of that stuff that they were calling him. All these derogatory slave period racial slurs they were calling him. There's black people calling him these names. I mean, it's crazy. Like, this is straight up bullying, and he succumbed to it. I lost a lot of respect for him for that, because I was respecting him every time he went out and said, you will not bully me. And now it's just like, bruh, you saying you will not bully me, and your ass just got bullied, man. It's like, what the fuck? And so anyway, that's the last thing I had to talk about. I mean, it's unfortunate, but what's more unfortunate are those 11 people who lost their lives and the people who were injured in that shooting. It's fucked up, and that guy's gonna fry, and he deserves worse. So anyway, I'll talk to you next time, probably be in like a year or whatever, but take it easy. It's hard to say that I'd rather stay awake when I'm asleep, 'cause everything is never as it seems. When I fall asleep, leave my door open just a crack. Please take me away from here, 'cause I feel like such an insomniac. Please take me away from here. Why do I tire of counting sheep? Please take me away from here. When I'm far too tired to fall asleep to 10 million